The Ancient Persian Empire and Zoroastrian Spirits. A sleep documentary script. Welcome, dear listener. As you settle into the comfort of this moment, allow your body to sink deeper into rest. Let your breathing slow. Let your thoughts grow soft and quiet, like candles flickering in a distant temple. Tonight, we journey together to an ancient land, where wise priests tended eternal flames, and where humanity first dreamed of a cosmic battle between light and darkness. Close your eyes now. Imagine the vast, rolling highlands of ancient Persia. Picture golden deserts stretching toward purple mountains. Feel the warmth of the sun upon weathered stone. Here, thousands of years ago, a great civilization rose beneath endless skies. And within this civilization, a beautiful faith was born. A faith that would shape the world in ways both seen and unseen. This is the story of Zoroastrianism, one of the oldest religions still practiced today. It is a story of truth, of fire, and of the eternal struggle between good and evil. Let us begin. Long ago, perhaps 3,000 years before our time, a prophet walked the highlands of ancient Iran. His name was Zarathustra, known also as Zoroaster. He was a seeker of truth, a questioner of old ways. In an age when people worshipped many gods through blood sacrifice and fear, Zarathustra received a vision. He saw clearly, with the eyes of the spirit, that there was one supreme being above all others. This being was called Ahura Mazda, which means wise lord, or Lord of Wisdom. Ahura Mazda was not like the angry, demanding gods of neighboring lands. Ahura Mazda was pure goodness, pure light, pure truth. From this divine source flowed all that was beautiful and right in the universe. The stars in the night sky, the clean waters of mountain streams, the green growth of spring meadows, the warmth of the hearth fire, the love between parent and child. All good things came from this one eternal source. But Zarathustra also understood that goodness does not exist in isolation. He taught that there was another force in the cosmos, an opposing spirit called Ahura Mazda, sometimes called Ahriman. This was the spirit of darkness, of lies, of destruction. Not a god to be feared or worshipped, but a force to be resisted. A shadow that made the light more precious. And so the great teaching took shape. The universe, said Zarathustra, is a cosmic battlefield. Light against darkness, truth against falsehood, order against chaos. And here is the remarkable heart of this ancient faith. Every human being, every soul that walks the earth, plays a role in this eternal struggle. You are not merely a witness to the battle. You are a warrior within it. This idea changed everything. Before Zoroastrianism, many believed that humans were playthings of the gods, subject to divine whims and fates beyond their control. But Zarathustra taught something different. He taught that you have choice. You have free will. With every thought you think, every word you speak, every deed you perform, you choose a side. You add your strength either to the forces of light or to the forces of darkness. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. These three phrases became the sacred foundation of Zoroastrian life. Simple words, but profound in their meaning. Let them wash over you now as you rest. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. A path of integrity that anyone, in any age, might follow. As your body relaxes deeper, as your breath becomes even slower and more peaceful, let us turn now to the sacred rituals of this ancient faith. At the center of Zoroastrian worship stands the most beautiful symbol: fire, the eternal flame. In Zoroastrian temples, called fire temples, a sacred flame burns continuously. Some of these fires have burned for centuries, tended by generations of priests in an unbroken chain of devotion. The fire is not worshipped as a god. Rather, it is honored as a symbol, a visible reminder of Ahura Mazda's divine light. When Zoroastrians pray, they face the fire, just as they might face the sun or another source of light. They do not bow down to the flame. They stand before it, upright and dignified, as partners with the divine in the great work of creation. The fire represents purity. It represents truth. It cannot be corrupted. You cannot make a flame tell a lie. You cannot make it impure. It simply is what it is. Brilliant, warm, alive. And so Zoroastrians seek to make their own lives like the flame, pure in intention, warm in compassion, alive with purpose. Water, too, is sacred. The rivers and springs of the world are protected and honored. The earth itself is holy ground, not to be polluted or defiled. This ancient faith carried within it an environmental ethic that seems remarkably modern. Respect for nature, care for the physical world, and understanding that the material realm is not separate from the spiritual, but woven together as one sacred whole. Priests, called magi, performed the rituals and tended the flames. You may recognize the word. The magi, the three wise men of Christian tradition, who followed a star to Bethlehem, were said to be Zoroastrian priests from Persia. The words magic and magician also come from this root. In the ancient world, the wisdom of the Persian magi was legendary. Let your breathing deepen now. Let your awareness float like smoke rising from incense. We turn now to the sacred texts and symbols of this peaceful faith. The holy scriptures of Zoroastrianism are called the Avesta. Within the Avesta are found the Gathas, the hymns composed by Zarathustra himself. These are among the oldest religious poems in the world. They speak of truth and righteousness. They ask questions of the divine. They are conversations between the prophet and his God, filled with wonder and devotion. The language of the Gathas is Avestan, an ancient tongue related to Sanskrit. When these words are chanted in temple rituals, they carry the weight of millennia. They connect the present moment to a chain of worship stretching back to the Bronze Age. Imagine that, the same prayers, the same hymns, sung for 3,000 years. There is something deeply comforting in such continuity. Among the symbols of Zoroastrianism, perhaps the most recognizable is the Faravahar. You may have seen this image. It depicts a winged figure, a human form emerging from a circular disc, with two great wings spreading outward. The Faravahar represents the divine spirit within each person. The circle symbolizes eternity. The wings represent good thoughts, good words, and good deeds lifting the soul upward. The human figure reaches forward, toward the light, toward progress, toward the future. This image adorned the palaces of Persian kings. It appeared on royal tombs carved into mountainsides. It travels still today, worn as jewelry, displayed in Zoroastrian homes and temples around the world. As your mind grows quieter, as sleep draws nearer, consider the lasting influence of this ancient faith. Though Zoroastrianism has a relatively small number of followers today, its impact upon human civilization has been immense. Many scholars believe that Zoroastrianism influenced the development of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The concepts of heaven and hell, of a final judgment, of angels and demons, of a savior who will come at the end of time, all these ideas find their earliest clear expression in Zoroastrian teaching. The Persian Empire, at its height, was the largest the world had ever seen. Under kings like Cyrus the Great, known for his tolerance and wisdom, Zoroastrian values shaped governance and law. Cyrus freed enslaved peoples and respected the religions of those he conquered. His cylinder of proclamations is sometimes called the first declaration of human rights. Today, Zoroastrian communities exist in India, where they are called Parsis, and in Iran, their original homeland. Smaller communities are scattered across the world, in America, Europe, Australia. They continue to tend their sacred fires. They continue to teach their children to speak truth, to practice kindness, to stand always on the side of light. And now, as this gentle journey draws to its close, let yourself feel the warmth of that eternal flame. Let it glow softly in your imagination. You are safe. You are at peace. The ancient wisdom of Zarathustra flows through the centuries like a quiet river, reminding you that every good thought you think, every kind word you speak, every gentle deed you perform, adds light to the world. The battle between light and darkness continues. But you do not fight alone. You are part of something vast and ancient and good. And tonight, as you drift into deep and restful sleep, know that the light within you is eternal. Rest now. Let the flame keep watch. Good night.